All right, so everyone, you know how we're always talking about AI and where it's headed?
Yeah, it feels like every day there's something new, right?
Totally. Well, today we're diving into something big, something that could change how we all bank in the very near future. Think 5 years. Doesn't sound that far off, does it?
Especially in the tech world. 5 years is like a whole other era.
Exactly. And right now, the big players, the tech giants, they're all over this new wave of AI that can practically think for itself, even interact with the real world. They're creating entirely new markets with this stuff. But here's the thing. That same AI, it's about to shake up how we do banking in a massive way.
It's really fascinating. On one hand, you have these incredible AI advancements happening, pushing the limits of what's possible. And on the other, you have industries like banking, which have been around forever, but are facing all this pressure to innovate and keep up with how people want to manage their money.
And AI is the bridge.
Yeah.
It can grow these two worlds together. We're talking super personalized banking, almost instant transactions, all kinds of stuff we can barely imagine yet. And that's what we're digging into today, this AI revolution in banking and the really complex challenges it brings up.
The biggest one being trust, right? I mean, how comfortable would you be if you knew AI was handling your entire banking experience, making decisions about your money? There's a lot of potential for good, but we have to be absolutely sure this technology is reliable and secure. No room for error when it comes to your finances.
Exactly. So in this deep dive, we'll walk through a potential future scenario, like imagine opening a bank account in 2028. And then we'll really break down the nitty-gritty of how you even make sure AI-powered banking is trustworthy, how you test for quality when things are so complex.
Because it's not just about plugging in numbers and seeing if you get the right answer anymore. AI throws a whole bunch of new variables into the mix.
All right, so picture this. It's 2028, you're chilling at home, maybe on your couch, scrolling through your tablet, and it hits you, you need to open a new bank account. But forget about going to a physical branch, all that paperwork. You're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
You go to this forward-thinking bank's website, and there it is. Standard account setup. Sounds so old school.
Way. Like, who wants to do things the old way anymore?
Exactly. But then you see it, modern flow. Ooh, that sounds intriguing. So naturally, you click on it. What happens next?
Well, that's when things start to feel really different.
All right, so you click modern flow, and almost immediately, this friendly AI voice pops up. Hello, how can I help you today? You're like, okay, this is cool. You decide to try out the voice command feature. You say, I'd like to open a new account. And just like that, what you said is turned into text for the AI to understand.
And that's a big deal because that initial interaction, it needs to be smooth and intuitive. You don't want to be fumbling around with menus or typing everything out. Speech recognition and natural language processing, those are the technologies that make this possible, and they've come a long way.
They really have. So the AI response, all helpful. Excellent. Let's get started. Could you please upload a copy of your ID and maybe a recent pay stub or tax document, whatever's easiest for you? You're like, no problem. You grab your phone, snap a pic of your driver's license, maybe your latest tax form, and upload them. Easy.
But here's where it gets really mind-blowing. While you're uploading those files, the AI is already working in the background.
Oh, yeah. We're not talking about your typical slow bank system anymore. This is lightning fast.
We're talking about your ID being scanned and verified almost instantly. Think about how long that used to take, all the manual checks involved.
You get this. It doesn't stop there. This AI is pulling data from all over the place. Your tax history from the IRS, your job details from some payroll system.
It might even check your social media. That vacation photo you posted last year could give the AI insights into your spending habits. Your tech interests on those platforms could suggest financial products you might be interested in.
Wow. It even looks at your credit score and any other bank accounts you have. This is serious data crunching happening.
All in real time, too. We're talking about creating this incredibly detailed financial picture of you in a matter of seconds. It's not just about confirming your identity. It's about understanding your whole financial situation so it can offer you the best possible services.
This is starting to feel like a bit much.
It can feel that way at first, but think about it. It's all about personalization. This AI is trying to create a banking experience specifically for you, tailored to your needs and goals.
Okay, so after all that data has been analyzed, the AI comes back and says, all right, based on what I've learned about you, I recommend this smart banking bundle. It includes a checking account, a high-yield savings account, and even an AI-managed investment portfolio, all customized for your goals. But wait, there's more.
Of course there is.
The AI continues. And I also suggest our next generation smart card. It actually adjusts your credit limit in real time based on your finances so you can manage your spending more effectively. And then, with this super confident tone, it says, this package is perfect for someone like you, ambitious, busy, always looking to optimize everything. What do you think?
See, it's all about anticipating your needs, offering you something that really fits your lifestyle.
So you're sitting there listening to this AI lay it all out, and you're thinking, wow, they really get me. This bank seems like they're on your wavelength.
And that's important because when you feel understood, when a service feels this personalized, it builds trust. And that trust is essential, especially when it comes to something as important as banking.
Okay, so you're sold. You tell the AI, this sounds amazing, let's do it.
And that's when things get even more impressive.
The AI is like, great, I'll walk you through the e-signature process now.
Oh.
It guides you through everything, and while you're doing that, it's running all these background checks, biometric authentication, real-time fraud detection. It's super secure.
And incredibly fast.
You finish signing with just a tap, and bam, your account is active. You can transfer money, start investing, use your new smart card, all within minutes of starting the process.
That's what we're talking about, banking that's fast, efficient, and totally tailored to you.
It sounds pretty amazing, right? You're probably thinking, sign me up. But hold on a second.
There's a catch.
Well, not a catch exactly, but there's a huge question that comes up with all this incredible AI-powered banking. How do we make sure it doesn't screw up?
Yeah, that's the big one, isn't it? The potential benefits are huge, but the risks are just as big if something goes wrong.
Because if this AI makes a mistake, misunderstands what you're saying, miscalculates something, or misses a security threat, the consequences could be disastrous.
Absolutely. We're talking about people's money, their financial security. There's no room for error. And that's where quality assurance, or QA, becomes absolutely crucial.
Okay, so let's talk about QA. Traditional QA, it's all about predictability. You put in a certain input, you expect a certain output. It's like a math problem. But AI, it changes everything.
It throws that whole predictable model out the window.
Exactly, because AI learns and adapts.
Yeah.
It's not always doing the same thing in the same way. So testing for quality becomes way more complex.
You can't just write a test case for every single scenario because the number of possibilities becomes almost infinite.
So let's break down some of the specific QA challenges that come up with this kind of AI-powered banking. First, think about all the ways people interact with the system. You might say, I want to open an account. Perfectly clear. But someone else might have a thick accent, be mumbling, or even be trying to trick the system with weird phrasing.
And that's just voice interactions. We haven't even talked about chat. People make typos, use slang, all kinds of things that can throw off a system that's trying to understand natural language.
Right, and the AI has to be able to accurately interpret all of that and take the right action every single time.
So how do you test for that? You can't possibly create a test for every single way someone might phrase something, especially when you factor in different languages and cultural nuances. It's a massive undertaking.
Then you have the problem of real-time data. The AI is constantly pulling in information from all these different sources. Your credit score could change. There could be a delay in getting info from the IRS, all kinds of things that are happening live.
And traditional QA, it's used to testing in these controlled environments where everything stays the same. But with AI, you're dealing with a constantly changing landscape. It's like trying to hit a moving target.
Okay, and don't forget about those personalized recommendations. Everyone's getting a different banking package based on their unique situation. So how do you test that?
You can't just test a few standard account types anymore. You have to figure out how to test for potentially millions of different combinations, all customized based on individual data. It's a logistical nightmare.
And finally, there's the whole self-healing thing. The AI is supposed to be able to fix itself if something goes wrong. But how do you test that without actually breaking the system?
Do you intentionally introduce errors to see if it recovers properly? And how do you make sure that a small problem doesn't turn into a big one because of how the AI tries to fix it? It's a delicate balance.
It's clear that the old ways of doing QA just aren't going to cut it with this new wave of AI-powered banking.
We need new tools, new approaches, new ways of thinking about quality and testing.
Which brings us to the really big question for all of this. How do we make sure this AI-driven banking future is actually reliable and secure? How do we guarantee that it's going to work for everyone, not just some people?
Because if we can't answer that question, if we can't figure out how to test and verify these AI systems thoroughly, then all this amazing potential, all this talk about personalized banking and incredible efficiency, it might just stay a fantasy.
Remember that scenario we talked about earlier? Opening a bank account from your couch in just minutes.
All of that, it hinges on trust. Trust in the AI, trust in the system, trust that everything's going to work exactly as it should.
So here's something for you to think about, for everyone listening. What would it take for you to fully trust your finances to AI? What kind of assurances would you need? What are the biggest potential benefits you see? And what are the risks that worry you the most?
Because as this AI revolution in banking keeps moving forward, those are the questions we all need to be asking. It's not just about the technology itself, it's about how we ensure it's used responsibly, ethically, and in a way that benefits everyone.
All right, folks, that's our deep dive for today. We've covered a lot, but this is just the beginning of the conversation. AI in banking is going to be a big topic for a long time, so keep those questions coming, keep those discussions going, and most importantly, stay informed. The future of finance is changing fast, and it's up to all of us to make sure it's a change for the better.
Absolutely. The future of banking is in our hands. Let's make sure we get it right.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll catch you next time.
See you then.